Hello and welcome to this impromptu live that we kind of thought we'd set up just to talk about the Feed Your Soul wellbeing event that's being run on Saturday at the Little Horse Yard in Horton Kirby. And I thought we might as well start off with Michelle. And if you can sort of Michelle, if you for people that don't know about this, if you want to say why this event started, because this is about our fifth one, isn't it? I think. So if you want to start off with where the idea came from, where the inspiration, why it started, and why we do it.
Why we do it. Okay, brilliant. Well, first of all, thank you, Ray, for setting up another brilliant online sort of impromptu get out and share what we're doing set up with your brilliant technology. So that's great. Thank you so much. So why do we do it? So yeah, it is the fifth one. I think for me personally, I think there was a time a few years ago where I was struggling to just to be okay, you know, like being okay was a bit of a struggle. So I think I went down lots of different healing routes, crystal sound and Reiki, and sort of alongside yoga and going to the gym and that type of thing. And for me, I remember kind of thinking that actually having lots of modalities together and kind of layering up the modalities. So equine facilitated learning with, say, a Reiki healer, or equine facilitated learning with, you know, a different modality like the balance procedure or something like that. And just, you know, putting things together is really great. I think there were, you know, coming up for air, let me take a breath. I think there were times, you know, a few years back where I'd sort of go within a week to 2 or 3 different therapists to get my head right and to get my body right and to work out what was going on and why I wasn't able to feel okay. And, you know, I think I very quickly went through a process of feeling, you know, not okay to feeling better to feeling fab, like, hell yeah. So and then you know, ongoing, like I keep those things as part of my self-care regime. And I want people to know that there are these you know, these beautiful services available that are not, some of them I think you can go to the doctors and get these recommendations, and some people do get GP referrals, but yeah, I want people to know that this stuff's out there and it's accessible, and we're all, you know, we're all able to deliver these well-being specialities, and my one being equine facilitated learning. But, you know, and that was where I think the event started, because I think I had so many people that worked with me that I go, oh, do you want to come? And everyone went, yeah, all right then. And that was how the first festival started. And they were just my backlog of therapists. Yeah. So in truth, yeah. So that's how it started.
Oh, excellent! I love it. That's a brilliant way of how things started. And if anyone's got any questions or they want to say hello, then please feel free to share in the comments. We're waiting for a couple more people who might join us.
Hi, Emma. I know Emma Wallace. She's a parent of one of the young people that comes to me, and yeah, hi to Graham and hi to, I can't, you know, I haven't got my glasses on. It looks like Presh or Pesh. Presh. Okay, thanks for that. I might go and find my glasses. Hello.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, please do say hello, because I can't actually see who's here. So I just have to guess and wait for somebody's name to come up and go, hello.
Okay.
Oh, hello. You're there. So why don't you tell us what people can expect on the day before we start going into the workshops?
Well, it's open hearts and no expectations. That's kind of my motto. But the types of things that you may connect with and that you may have a healing benefit from might be the Reiki practitioners that are there, like yourself, Ray. There might be people that you might want to talk to about, you know, spirituality and how to start your spirituality journey, or to enhance it, or to, you know, like you say, come to that kind of complete, you know, sort of complete it, sort of tie the bow on it. There's going to be a crystal stand. So Marie-Louise O'Connor's going to be there with her beautiful crystals. And I know that she's doing a bubble gum machine where people can just, well, it's for the children really, so they can, you know, put whatever they're putting in and twist the bubble gum machine, and hopefully some beautiful gems will drop out. There's people like that, you know, Vivian's there doing the balance procedure, and she's doing her balance procedure workshop. So alongside like the stands and stalls that are going to be there kind of promoting what they do, you know, tarot readers, that type of thing, there's going to be our wonderful workshops. So yeah, which obviously us guys that are here sitting in now are going to be facilitating the workshops, as well as promoting the businesses that we you know make a living out of, and you know use to you know can enhance our living as well. So it might be that somebody wants to find out how you go from being here to over here, so maybe coming out of a more corporate job and corporate role into a more holistic well-being way to sort of pay your bills and go through your life. So that there may be people like that there as well.
Yeah, and also, you know, it's a chance to have a day to breathe, to actually maybe even find out who you really are, you know, and just get that sense of relaxation and in peace, especially in the space where it is, because it is a beautiful space. You've got to me, you know, you've got horses, alpacas, trees, open space. It's just cats. It's just amazing.
Yeah, we've got some feral cats. Got 5 now, actually. Started off with 3 and 2 came along. Yeah, so lots of animal energy around. Obviously, Simon is, you know, and Sharon are pretty much gurus on that kind of animal magic. So yeah, on the yard, we've also got brilliant wildlife, you know, birds of prey overhead and that type of thing. So I've seen a snake on the yard as well this week. So yeah, that was quite good. You know, just seeing all the different wildlife. I think the heat has brought quite a lot of animals out of the ground. But yeah, so no, lots of really great stuff. And meditations. I mean, I think there's going to be so many meditations and different types of meditations, drumming workshops and that type of thing. So yeah, I think it's going to be super.
Exactly. Yes, it will be, you know. And one of the workshops, and she can't actually make it today, is Sarah Hurrell's workshop,
Yeah.
where she's going to be basically playfully exploring your needs, or you'll be exploring your own needs. You know, you
With
know,
play.
yeah. I mean, she's a
Yeah.
certified women's coach and play facilitator. So you get a chance to tap into your inner child, to be your child again, to have fun
Yeah.
uh, in there. And I think that workshop's for adults and children as well, because obviously you can bring your children along to the to the event as well. So
Sure.
so yeah, she'll be around there, so you can play and have some fun. And Sharon, who is trying to get on, um, says, "Ooh, a snake, Michelle, bad."
Oh no, I know. Yeah, no, we'll talk a bit more about that snake when I see her. But yeah, no. I mean, Sarah's last workshop, I was clearing up the caravan and I found a few of her plastic balls, and it just made me laugh because I haven't really. When I say clearing up, it's not a deep clean, as you well know, Ray. It's just a general tidy round. But that caravan's going to be rocking. You know, the caravan's going to have 4 facilitators, 4 different modalities, 4 different businesses in that caravan. So just going into that caravan alone, you're going to see you, Simon, Sharon, and who else is in the caravan? Help me out.
Is it Natalie?
Natalie, yeah, sorry, Natalie. And you know, in those different rooms and spaces, you'll be able to be able to go in one door feeling one way and come out the other door feeling fantastic.
Exactly, you can literally go from room to room, and another of the workshops is the balance procedure by Vivian Fox,
Yeah.
who'll be exploring how the balance procedure can quickly bring harmony into your life. So, as Vivian's not here, do you want to quickly explain, Michelle, about the balance procedure, or what the balance procedure is?
Well, I've got the cards and I've got the book. But having such a great friend in Vivian, usually, hey, there she is. So having a great friend in Vivian, you know, if I feel, you know, like my energy, I need some insight somewhere I'm out of balance, I generally just get in contact with Vivian, and she's quite good at sort of stepping into that sort of zone and saying, oh my goodness, you know, God, you've got nothing left there, you know, there's nothing in the tank. So and then using those cards, I think there's 8 cards in the pack, and I think they all tap into different energies, you know, chakras in your body. I think that's how it works. And when you kind of bring that card up into your body, you sort of almost do that body dowsing, where your body goes either one way or another to let you know whether you're in balance or not. So it's not even something that you've got you know, to put much thought into. To be honest with you, it's you know, it's quite a straightforward practice, and there's a little book there that explains it. But I mean, what's been remarkable for me over the last 34 weeks is that every Monday morning without fail, she gets on live and she talks about some music that's come up. And last week's one was having your belly out, and I just thought, that's brilliant. That's amazing, because when people are feeling like they need to protect down in their solar plexus and down in their kind of lower energy systems, there's usually something going on energetically and with, you know, with the energy systems, where actually once that you get that belly out, I mean, think of belly dancers, you know what I mean? They've got their bellies out. So she was talking about getting her belly out, and I just loved that musing. It was a great musing, and I've just seen Vivian really coming into her own with that, and I'm so looking forward to her workshop. Yeah.
And then it says, Stacey just come down and said, "Is that Michelle? Ha ha ha." And we'll get to Sharon and the snake card in a minute. So we've also got Emma Hewitt, who's going to be doing a drumming workshop.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing. Shall I just say hello to Sharon?
Yeah.
You're right, Sharon. You've just joined us, haven't you?
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
So Emma's doing the drumming workshop, and that's the first time she's actually done a workshop with us, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the first time she's done a workshop. So Emma can't be online tonight because she's holding a women's circle, and she is kind of up the South Circular. That's where Emma's based. So she comes from sort of past Lewisham, I think, Emma, to come over to spend her time with us. But it's the second time she's going to be at one of our events, I think, as a stand person. But I think she's come to a few as a participant, you know. So I've met Emma quite a few times, and it was only recently that I realised that she travelled so far to get to us, which is again an amazing compliment. And the fact that she's doing a drumming workshop, and she holds women's circles a few times over the course of the week. And I'm really happy. I'm sure she does lots of other stuff as well, but I'm really, really happy and grateful. And again, I think that drumming workshop will really be something that we can all hear around the yard, whether we're actually at the workshop or just kind of at our stands and stalls. So again, the horses, people, all the wildlife in there will all benefit from that drumming workshop. Yeah. So fantastic.
Yeah, so that'll be good. So Simon and Sharon, why don't you tell us about your workshop?
Well, that's assuming that my microphone works. Can you actually hear me?
We can, yeah.
Right. Can you try and remind me next time that the iPad doesn't play ball with this flipping app? I've downloaded it again, and so I'm now actually back on the mobile phone. And the mobile phone keeps slipping, which is why I keep repositioning everything. Oh my days, honestly, I don't know why it won't do it on the iPad, but there you go. Anywho, you might have guessed that I would be late or not at all when it comes to technology.
Grateful to have you. That's it. Just good.
Oh dear. So, well, I mean, anybody that knows me, like you guys do, will know that whatever the workshop is will kind of be very much in flow. But it's called Animal Power. So obviously we will be talking about animals, how they can affect us, how we should be taking more notice of them, how we can kind of tune into them for you know, healing in inverted commas purposes, whether that be, you know, to mentally assist us, emotionally assist us, etc., etc. I will be running through the, well, what I believe are the 4 key principles of animal communication. So I'll just literally give a very brief overview of those. But the whole idea really is to just help people to become much more aware of what they're connecting with, or who or what is trying to connect with them from the animal kingdom, whether that be, you know, insects, or like you've just alluded to, your snake on the yard, you know, whether that's birds in the air. And that's really where Simon kind of comes in. Simon and I met a few years ago. We haven't really connected at all until fairly recently, but I know that he is kind of nature expert and countryman and modern day pagan is how he's kind of introducing himself. But I know he has a great love of buzzards and birds and all of those sorts of things. So he's probably even more expert in that field than I am. So we're just going to kind of, I don't want to say wing it because that makes it sound unprofessional, but we will just bounce off each other. We'll go with whatever's happening in the audience on the day. So obviously if somebody says, oh, I saw a mouse on the way here, or I saw a kestrel, or, you know, whatever it might be, or I've had, you know, a bee come into the house, or, you know, so all of those sorts of things we should be able to kind of interpret for you, give you a message, you know, a little bit of guidance, wisdom, you know, and ultimately everything is about empowerment, feeding your soul, as of course is the name of the event. And yeah, just learning, growing, having a great time. So yes, your snake, I embrace change. So I should be bringing these with me, which is the Conscious Creatures Oracle, for those of you that haven't got them or seen them. Set of cards with all different sorts of conscious creatures on, which yeah, I mean, I should be sharing about as well. You've got these, Michelle, so you can go and have a read of what snake means later on. But yeah, so yes, I'll be sharing affirmations, wisdom, healing, all of that sort of stuff from me for a moment. Over to you, Simon.
Simon?
Thank you. It's funny. One of the things that actually came up in conversation today were the depressed cavemen. Now, I don't know, I wasn't there, and I don't think you can tell that from any fossil record, but I reckon that there weren't. And I reckon that there weren't because they were mainly interested in the world that was around them. And they were taking inspiration from the world that was around them. And they were living to a certain extent in the moment, rather than catastrophizing about tomorrow based on what happened yesterday, which is what most of us tend to do today. So that, I think, is the nub of it. We need to look backwards to work out how to have a happy future. That's not by looking backwards to see catastrophize about the future. That's actually looking for those things that maybe are still there, but we just need to remember how to connect to them. So those things that are there that are connecting with us in whatever shape or form, and for me, there is an energy and there is a life in everything, because if you look back, we put our ancestors into the ground generally, or maybe we burnt them and scattered their ashes into the ground. That means that in everything that is growing in the ground, if our natural circles of life are doing what they do, then our ancestors are everywhere, all around us the entire time, in every which way you want to look, whether that's spiritually or whether that's physically. That therefore means that there has to be, on occasions, messages or whatever else coming through. For me, it's realizing what's potentially a message and what's just an animal doing its natural thing. And it's looking for those things that are out of the ordinary. It's looking for those things that are not in the natural behavior. And when you do that, it's then a case of spending some time thinking and just giving yourself some space to let your mind tune in, whatever. Spend some time thinking on that. Now, it's funny because people will go, yeah, it's just your imagination. Well, you're absolutely right. It is your imagination, because it's your imagination that's generating this stuff and working it through. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is having a chat. For me, it's about having a chat with people, having seen what they want to talk about, or whether we guide them on what they talk about, and just trying to chase that through a little bit. And Sharon, it's not winging it. There's no way you can plan this stuff. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what people are going to come in. We don't know what stories they're going to have. And it's entirely possible that people could come in with things to talk about, and we're going to have no idea. Now, that's unlikely, but it's entirely possible. But we're also pretty good at saying, well, how about, or have a think about, or maybe it means this. So for me, I intend to spend my time. Hopefully people will come in and they'll want to just have a chat. I'm not charging for me time. Hopefully they'll buy a book. I might even have a couple of animal boxes tucked away, and if they want to buy one of those, that'd be absolutely wonderful. But for me, it's mostly about having a chat. If I can sell some books, that'd be stunning. If I can encourage some people to come and join us on our next outdoor experience, which is Dode on the 24th of July, there's a couple of spaces left. That would be fantastic. I just want to meet some people and have a really enjoyable day and make Sharon look good, really.
What more we can say to that? And just to for those that are watching, the Angels and Spirits show is tomorrow at 7 o'clock. It's not tonight at 7 o'clock. This is just talking about the wellbeing event that's happening this Saturday. But of course, if you are in the Kent area, there are readers that are going to, tarot readers, card readers, therapists who are going to be at the event. So come along and, and we can answer any questions or give you guidance at the time. But the Angels and Spirits show with Graham and myself is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, not tonight.
Have you got any slots left for readings, Ray?
Yes, I've still got some slots available. They're going fast, so if you do want to come along to see me personally, then you will need. Then it's a good idea to pre-book beforehand. I think that's with you as well, isn't it, Sharon?
Indeed, I've only got 4 slots left in the afternoon, so yeah, I'll be doing one-to-ones either with the Conscious Creatures Oracle, or with the Crystal Skulls, or with the Shadow Light cards, or indeed none of those at all, and just pure channel with whatever is needed for empowerment and healing. But I'll be bringing the drums as well. So Michelle, you mentioned Emma coming with the drums. I know when we did the workshop a couple of weeks ago, you said, oh, it would be really cool if you kicked off with that drumming and song. So I will be bringing the drums with me. So we may well be having a little drum session just to kind of get us all in the mood at the beginning, which would be really cool. So yeah, so I mean, we can look up and have a.
I love that. I love your singing. You know, I love your singing. I love the trees song, but I also love the mother song.
I feel you under my feet. That one.
They're pretty cool.
Then, at Michelle's request, we'll probably kick off with that at about 11 o'clock.
Sounds good. Sounds absolutely good to me. So Michelle, what are you doing a workshop, or what workshop is taking place with you?
Actually, well, I am. So what happened was that me and Sue Benford, we plan a workshop every well-being. We never get it done because something comes up, and it's usually something coming up for Sue. So I normally drag someone else into my workshop. I dragged Sharon in last time, and I'll be dragging in Jane this time because Sue's not there. So our workshop would have been on the relationship that you have with your pets. Mine being that I've got quite a few pets, but actually Jane and I, we're gonna look at again energy and expectations and open hearts, and actually, you know, what we look at in other people to fill up our cup and to make us complete. Obviously, you and I all know that's not the answer, is it? You know, so we're going to be exploring the high expectations we put on others, and not, you know, allowing for people or pets to be who they are, how they are, because of what they've been through, and we, you know, and our expectations, you know, like this new puppy will fill me up and make me a complete person because X, Y, and Z. When actually this new puppy is going to be a puppy, he's going to be an animal in his own right, and the more I change this puppy into something that is not supposed to be, the more the puppy's going to have problems, and the more he's going to be, you know, picking up on my you know, on my hard stuff, as well as being loved, cared for, and all the rest of it. But I think sometimes people with their pets don't have like a you know, an authentic relationship where, you know, where this stuff can go wrong, and some people are so quick to lose their temper as well in those situations with their animals. Can't share what's gone on as well. So I think sometimes people can be use their animals as a little bit of a vent as well. So, and then sort of bringing it back to, even though these things have happened, how we can come out of that, let go of the guilt, and kind of move forward into more positive connections with our pets or people, because it works the same way. Pets, people, children, next door neighbours, you know, all of these things we can kind of let go of, resolve, and sort of have better relationships with people most of the time.
Yeah. And we've got a gate crasher.
Yay.
Oh, let me have a look at that little beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, little dog. I thought you were the cat. Front on.
Bruno,
I thought it was a beautiful.
It's because it's black on black.
My wife said, "How do you fancy having a Chihuahua?" I said, "I don't." She said, "There's one coming tomorrow," and he arrived and never left. But to be fair, he is fairly entertaining. He's bonkers. But
what are you saying about me, Dad? How dare you call me bonkers? Look, little ears going.
Well, at this moment,
and there you go. Jane's watching, so she's looking forward to joining in the workshop.
Yeah, so she knows what it's about now.
Yeah, so there you are, Jane. You've just been told what you're going to be.
If you didn't know already, now you do.
in the workshop, and of course, I'm going to be doing a workshop as well. I know, it's cool. Yeah. So I'm actually going to be doing a workshop with the beautiful Caroline Sharp from Ascending Angels. So Ascending Angels and Radiant Angel Energy. Lots of angels have decided to come together and actually do a workshop together, where Caroline will be bringing her beautiful crystal bowls, which are so angelic sounding and such a lovely energy and sound. And while she's playing them, I'll actually be guiding you to go deep within your heart, to actually connect with your heart, to actually, or maybe gain insights and wisdom, you know, where you should be going, fully connect to being present in the here and now, and embracing your past and your future to actually be in the here and now. But of course, that could all change when we actually start doing the bowls and the guided meditation, because if whatever the angels want to come in is where your journey will be taking you. So the crystal bowls will sound as they will to help you on a journey. So you all may hear different things. And when I do the guided meditation, again, you may all go on different journeys, because that's the way it just all comes in. So it's one of those that you need to experience, but you will definitely leave feeling positive, loving, upbeat, and full of energy to continue with the rest of your day. So that's the workshop that Caroline and I are actually going to do, and I'm actually really looking forward to doing that as well. And I don't think we've got any other workshops, have we? I think it's just the 6 workshops that we've got.
Drumming, play, balance procedure, Michelle and Jane doing their Ray and Caroline, and me and Simon. Yeah.
Yeah.
6.
So
All for 12 quid. I mean, that's just madness. 6 workshops for 12 quid. Come on, people.
I know, and the workshops are about 30 minutes each. So you know, if you do the maths, that's really, really good for 12, you know, for £12. And all the therapies on offer as well. They are a special offer that is a fraction of what we would normally charge to actually do these therapies.
Yeah.
Because we want to get it out there for you. We want you to experience this. We want you to actually go away feeling good, you know, ready to take on your life, you know, challenges, to actually step forward and be who you're supposed to be, and spread that energy and that light to other people as well. So, you know, and that's one of the reasons we do it as well, you know, is to bring all this stuff to you so that you can experience it, and take it away with you, and feed it on to other people, so they experience feeling great, and they can go on and make other people feel great.
Ripple
And
in
then
the pond.
feels
Yeah,
great.
ripple in the pond.
Maybe instead of charging people to come in, we should charge them to get out.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That's a good.
Yeah, food for
Think of that
thought.
for next year, Michelle.
Food for thought.
Charging people to leave. Yeah, no. I mean, and also, I suppose, I mean, and there's also, my business is a community investment company, so it's a not-for-profit company. So all proceeds go towards our hay bill, or, you know, something that you know, going towards young people's sessions. I mean, we run a heavily discounted Saturday group session. I mean, usually when I work with schools and kind of do the stuff during the week, you know, it's very much a different pricing system, but there are certain things that we do that, you know, that lots of people support, lots of young people come to, and we, you know, there's a different pricing system for it, because we're reaching out to young people and supporting young people, so that money goes towards those things as well. And yeah, I mean, we're really lucky and blessed. The business was founded in 2018, and going strong at the moment. You know, we're really lucky that we're, you know, very, very well booked out with our sessions during the week. We don't take that for granted. We're really grateful for it. And ultimately, what we want is a few more facilitators working there, doing what I do, connecting with adults and young people, and, you know, having these experiences with the herds. And I mean, I might go on a bit here, but I've just filled in my animal exhibition license. So that's a similar license to what riding school horses have to have, and, you know, performing animals have to have, you know. And in terms of performance, Simon, how hard do you think my horses have to perform?
It didn't seem like they were breaking into the largest ever sweat. But you know what? No. It's not performance. It's just what comes. You know, it's. I mean, I mean, I only know what they did when they were with us. You might be a slave driver at every other moment, but as far as I can see, they're pretty chilled out horses that are. Sorry, dog's on his back. That, you know, that I've got a pretty good place to live, and are kind of like utilised to their best efforts in the ways that many of them aren't. Am I waffling?
Well, like all animals, you can't make them do anything that they don't want to do, and vice versa.
I mean, if I'd have had bigger pockets, the horse would have had its nose in it.
Because the other great thing as well is that, you know, with everybody doing everything, you know, at that kind of reduced fee, you know, anybody who hasn't kind of, you know, stepped foot in this world, or, you know, has maybe stepped foot in it but wants to try something or somebody else, it just gives everybody that opportunity to, you know, affordably be able to kind of come and experience all these things, to kind of go, yeah, actually, do you know what, that coaching session was great, I'll go and have more of that, or that reader was brilliant, I'll go and do more of that, or, you know, actually that wasn't the sort of reading that I wanted, although it was good, but that's not what I need for the future, so I'll go and try this person, or that therapy, or that crystal, or whatever. Because of course we haven't even spoken about the stands of all the, well, you might have done before I came on board. All the amazing other people that are there. So I just think it's, you know, what you do, Michelle, holding the space for us all to be able to come together. And, you know, and you've probably said already, it gets bigger and better every year. But, you know, what you do, Michelle, you know, holding the space for us all to come together to, you know, offer these things, you know, out affordably for other people, it's just, you know, it's just beautiful. It's just such a lovely opportunity for, you know, like minds, hearts and souls, as my little catchphrase is, you know, to kind of come together, you know, network if you want, chill out if you want, have a therapy if you want, buy something if you want, do absolutely nothing and just be if that's what you want. I mean, Michelle, you know, when I come on the yard, any aches and pains that I've got, you know, it's like I've only got to be there 20 minutes, half an hour, and I'm trotting across the field going, oh, I'm sure I came with a backache, you know. So even just being on the land, you know, and I mean, Simon alluded to it earlier on, you know, I digress slightly, but even just being on your land there, it just feels so special, even if you don't do anything, you know, you just come and just be in that space. So I've no idea what the point of my story was, but hopefully you know, somebody got something out of that.
What it is, if it's one of those events, if you come with an open mind and you just throw your, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've never been to one of these before, but I've been to similar things. But if you come along with an open mind and throw yourself into every activity that you can fit into the day, I will almost guarantee you will leave knowing something about yourself that you didn't know before. And ultimately, that has got to be one of the most amazing things that you can actually get yourself involved with. However you want to look at it, just come with an open mind and do everything that you possibly can. That's it.
Suck it up. Exactly. Absorb it all.
Yeah, for sure. And Emma was saying, so obviously Emma obviously must use equine show an equine facilitated learning with her little person, because she says you've really helped my little person. So, you know, and that's the beauty with what Michelle does with the equine facilitated learning, is the young people, because they are the future, and if we can get them in the right frame of mind, the right energy, then think what they can do, you know, further down the line, who they'll inspire to actually, you know, be happy and joyful, enjoy their life.
That's it. Be happy. What else is there?
Nothing.
Well, if you're happy, everything's all in order, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's, if you're happy, then you're healthy, you know.
Happiness is a choice. You know, you can absolutely, you need one or two bits and pieces in place, but no one can actually define your own happiness. It's a choice you make. You can't have an emotion without a thought. Think about being happy. And this day will help with that.
Absolutely. So, Michelle, before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to tell people they need to know about the day?
This is the part where I always say something silly.
Go on in.
It's a part. Nothing's come silly in my head, but no, I think there's still plenty of tickets available. People have asked me, can we pay on the day? Yeah, of course you can pay on the day. But parking is limited, and it is nice to be prepared. People have spoke about the weather and said, oh, it's going to be quite hot. Now, on my weather app, it says 27 degrees. So what you need to do is you need to bring everything you need as if you're going for a day at the beach. So your sun cream, your big hat, bring your festival chair, your yoga mat, because you're going to get involved in these workshops. If you've got a pop-up festival tent, a little pop-up thing that pops up in a couple of seconds, bring that. You can pop it up. There's so much space. Now, I would bring your own food and snacks, but we have planned to have somebody there doing like a vegan, vegetarian type barbecue. I mean, that's all I can think of. There's no funny quips there at all. Sorry about that. Normally when I signed up for the workshop, something silly come up. As
exactly. It'll be there.
If we bring beef burgers, will they cook them?
To what?
Yeah, I think so. I think they will. Well, I don't know. Like, I think it's just you'd need to have your own trays and stuff like that. because I'm not. I mean, this is about me really. But if you were to eat a vegetarian, I tell you what, if you were to eat a vegetarian or a vegan burger, you won't notice the difference between that once you've got your sauce on it.
Salad and your salsa and your cheese and your.
Listen, you'll go away feeling healthier on the inside and on the outside.
Exactly. And what more can you ask for?
Like,
you know?
Come to the little horse yard and have the most wholesome day.
And I tell you something else as well. This is just something you might think she's gone now. But the horses respond better because they're prey animals. They respond better to people that don't eat meat, and that is a fact. Because I ask people, and I've noticed over the years when I stopped eating meat, how they just know. They've got these massive noses, and they just know. They work out what's on your breath, what's coming out, your adrenaline, all of that. So there are better connections. So if there's a good enough reason to give up meat, it's because horses will like you more. That's my silly.
Well, there you go. What more can we say? And what I'll do is in the post after the show, I'll put a link to the actual event. Where you can see in more detail about the workshops and some of the stands and stalls that are going to be there, and that also has details of all the people running the workshops as well, so you can actually get to see those. So all that is for me to wrap up this conversation. And just to say that we look forward to seeing however many of you that can make it on Saturday. We just look forward to seeing you there. Do come and say hello. Now you've seen us on screen. Even if you don't want therapy or come to our workshop, although why you wouldn't, I don't know. But if you spot us, say hello and say, I saw you on that show. And we will definitely say hello to you. And I will see you three on Saturday.
Yeah, see you Saturday.
I've no idea how I'm going to get out of this now, so you might have to just stop me and cut me off.
Just stay there for the moment. I'll get you out in a minute.
You'll unlive me.
Just don't touch anything.
Right.
So take care, everyone, and see you soon. Bye.